You can have the best audio, the best guests, the best content in the world, but if your potential listener can't find you in the search, guess what? You do not exist. Welcome to the Organizedpreneur podcast. I'm your host, Eldrima Harper, podcast launch strategist and efficiency architect for kingdom focused female service based entrepreneurs. I know that's a lot of words, but just stay with me here. So, if you want to turn your voice into marketplace ministry or a revenue generating platform, then you are in the right place. But the harsh reality is that most podcasts are invisible, not because they're bad, but because they're titled like episodes instead of assets. And so I see this all the time. As a matter of fact, I've done it myself. I would title my episode and place episode and then the number at the beginning of the title. Or if it was a guest that I was interviewing, then I would have chatting with guest Jane Doe or what have you at the beginning of the episode. But here's the problem. The algorithms on Spotify or Apple or YouTube, they're search engines. And so they don't know who your guest is. And quite frankly, unless your guest is famous, neither does your audience. And if you're putting your episode number at the beginning of your title, no one is searching for your episode. So if you want to grow your podcast, you got to stop treating your podcast like it's not an asset, right? So you got to stop titling it for your current listeners and start titling it for future listeners. And so what we need to do is we need to change that title from a label into a hook. If this is your first time creating podcasts, then you may not know exactly what I'm talking about. It gets you hooked, right? It's a catchy title. And I know writing catchy titles can be annoying, but hey, it takes time and it may feel kind of clickbaity, especially if you do it wrong. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the exact tool that I use that number one has helped me to get more visible. And number two, these tools that I'm going to be sharing with you for the next few episodes are tools that I've used using AI that help me to get ranked up in the search engines in about 3 to 5 days. And so I've created this free resource that you can go and download. You will find a link where you can go and grab what I called a podcast visibility prompt pack. Okay. So it contains exact AI prompts that I've used to get my show ranked. Now, and this is going to be helpful for you whether you're using ChatGPT or Gemini or any of the um, AI tools. You'll be able to use this prompt. Okay. Now, let me bring this right there. Now, so what you're going to want to do, let's just kind of get into the steps first. So, what you're going to want to do is open your favorite AI tool. And if that's ChatGPT again or Claude, then you're going to go to prompt number one. Okay. Now, if you're on my email list, then you already have this tool. It's been emailed to you. And if you're not on my email list, you definitely want to grab the link and so that you can get this tool because it's going to be helpful for your podcast being discovered. All right. So with this prompt, this is prompt number one. You want to generate a click-worthy title, because the problem is that most titles are boring. And so the goal here is to create a high converting title that uses psychological hooks. Okay. So what you're going to do here is the prompt here. There's going to be a little bit of work that you're going to have to do, particularly if your podcast is tied to your business. There are some things that you should already know that's going to help you generate your title. So let's kind of get into it here. So you're going to first you're going to copy this entire copy and paste this entire prompt here. However, before you do that, you want to make sure that you have some other information available that's related to your business. All right. So you're telling your AI tool to act as a world-class copywriter and podcast strategist. I need 10 catchy, SEO friendly title options for a podcast episode. Now, you have to already have your information available. You need to uh, insert your topic right there. And before you get to this point, you want to make sure that you have that available, right? So, but you're going to tell it, I need 10 catchy, SEO friendly title options for podcast episode and whatever it's about, whatever that your episode is about, okay? How to generate more leads or what have you. You also want to have available your target audience. You have to know who your target audience is. So, providing that you already know these things, it's going to be a very, very simple process. Then you're going to say, please generate titles using these three specific frameworks. Okay, here are the frameworks: the how to framework, the Centurion framework, the listicle framework. Okay, and you can see here the how to framework is going to be how to fill in the blank without fill in the blank. Okay. The contrarian framework is why should I stop doing fill in the blank? Okay. The listicle framework is 5 signs that fill in the blank, 5 signs that you are overwhelmed, for example. Okay. Then the constraints, you tell it to keep the title under 60 characters where possible. Front load the main keyword. Okay, so you want to make sure that you want to insert the main keyword there, and make sure you tell it do not use the word episode or numbers at the start. This is very, very important to do because, again, no one is going to find you. And that is the reason why we are using this particular prompt, is so that you can get found. Now, I don't want you to overload yourself. I want you to just take your last episode, okay, and run it through this prompt. Prompt 1. Update the title and watch what happens to your impressions. All right. So, thank you for listening or watching the Organizedpreneur podcast. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review on Apple. It really does help us reach more entrepreneurs like yourself. And if this episode has confirmed something in your spirit today, then hit the subscribe button. We have some incredible episodes coming your way to help you get organized, get heard, and get leads. Remember, your voice is important, and it's time that the world heard you. Until next time, keep your faith fueled and your business organized. Have an amazing day.